Today is day 16 of the 30-day challenge of 30 days of appellate tips with the Speaker Law Firm. Tip number 16 is preserving oral argument in your appeal by right. The main thing to remember is, in addition to timely filing your brief, which is key, you have to request oral argument on the cover page of your brief. And if you forget to do that, you might have an opportunity later to get oral argument back by filing a motion, but there's no guarantee that the Court of Appeals will grant the motion, and a lot of times, if you hadn't properly preserved oral argument at the beginning, when they grant the motion for oral argument, they only grant 5 minutes of time with the judges. And then another thing to remember is that if you had filed an application, of course you don't get oral argument on applications, but a lot of times once the application is granted, we convert a brief from the application to the appellant's brief because they're basically the same document with some modest differences. But the cover page is different because on the application you do not request oral argument because there is none. And you have to remember to put oral argument requested once you convert that document to an appellant's brief. Otherwise you'll be back in the same position of having to file a motion and asking the court to grant you oral argument even though you failed to properly request it. So hopefully that will be a tip for you to take forward in the future. And one more tip from me is that even when I'm not sure I want oral argument, I always request it. And then I can make a decision later on in the case if we really need it. And so I always preserve it at the beginning, and then I can make a decision later on to waive oral argument under appropriate circumstances. Thank you.